what happened last time was... Oh, whoops, I closed the wrong Xyla sheet. That's a great idea. I got 2.
Got
Gonna need
2.
2. Oh yeah, I need your new sheets at some point, given that you've made
Yeah,
some
I was
changes.
about to
But
say, I'm going to send you that.
all right, well,
because we added
I can't wait to start digging back in the VTM books to find answers to simple questions. All right,
From what I know, that seems to be the point of the game.
I'll give it this much. This game embraces. It's not a rant. It's just like I think that VTM very much better embraces the idea of let the players do the thing than D&D does, despite everyone like being like, "Oh, I'm gonna multi-clash." Here you can just take a stupid thing and just blow up a house.
Just roll with it.
It's great.
That's real something. I don't think I was supposed to put like a point in 2 skills, wasn't I? Or talents.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's why.
2 skills and a discipline, Claire.
Two
Yeah,
abilities.
I was wondering
2
why.
abilities and a discipline, yeah.
I was wondering why your sauce was quiet, but I turned down my volume.
No.
Don't normally do that, by the way. Keep my volume max because speakers aren't that loud.
Because you got maximum Safi.
All right. Well, last time, the day was coming. The sun rose, and you were in the middle of a field in nowhere, with only one house nearby. Your only option for staying out for the night, unless you want to barricade inside of this car, which looks rather silly. Not that all of you have problems with this. It's only the 2 vampires in the back who are a little bit sunlight challenged.
I'm also hurt.
Couldn't I just like use magic here, like a barrier to keep the sunlight out? Because I can like, since I took forces, I could basically shield an entire area from light that's like the size of a large house.
I actually can do a. I have a survival shelter.
Yeah, you'd have to find a shelter for that though.
I could just make one.
Okay, I can just magic.
Fine, do some magic.
But yeah, we're going to place. I was just asking. I'm not going to interrupt the actual adventure.
You park your car right outside on the dirt road that leads through this field to a lovely 2-story wooden house. It probably still has an attic because it's got one of those sloped roofs and a lovely porch outside. The second you stop, however, it doesn't take long for someone to walk outside. One of those big old farm men. You know, he's got a big gut, but he's big in general, in all dimensions and directions. Well, who we got here? Ethan gives a big wave at you.
I guess I.
I'm
step
assuming you're
out.
sending in the old woman.
our babysitter.
I mean, I could go in too. I can talk to people pretty well.
I could go with her.
I don't think I can should talk to people at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
Waddle up to the thing. Hello there, dear. We've been driving a long ways, me and my family here, and we were wondering if you wouldn't mind us, I don't know, setting up a tent or something here, just to rest for a few hours before we get back on the road.
The man you talked to's got his thumbs under his overall straps. As you
He's
do,
one of those. I know so many of these.
he has a ragged beard that he's attempted to groom, and standing close to him, you can just smell the chemicals he's batted into there to keep it under control. He gives a little chuckle. Well, listen, wouldn't be very good hospitality if I just let you sleep outside, eh? How about you and your lovely little family come in, have yourself a nice big breakfast, since apparently you're out and about before the farms are.
I wouldn't want to impose. It would be fine outside. But
Nonsense. We got a lovely guest room. It's always ready.
Weirdly nice.
And
He's so southern despite being in the north.
Good old southern
suppose-
hospitality.
It'd be rude of me to turn you down. I'll go get the others.
I'll go tell the missus to go and make a lovely old, well, considering you look like you've been around, I guess maybe I should ask you for a big old dinner breakfast. He turns around and
There's only 13 of us in the car.
just take your bags into the hall. And he just leaves the front door open for you.
Okay. I'm hurt. Like,
Pretend to not be hurt.
I don't have.
Like, don't do
Uh,
that. That thing you just did, don't do it. That makes you sound
It-
hurt.
it's also gross.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
That'd
sorry
be
about
kind
that.
of impolite to our hosts.
Like I'm
All
sure
right.
we managed to like bandage you up a little so you don't look like a ragged mess.
I mean, she was sitting in the car, so I imagine.
Well, actually, wait. How much time has passed? Because I could use like, because I forgot how much time
Is
passed.
it aggravated damage? Is it an asterisk?
You said put a little asterisk next to.
Yeah, that's
on-
aggravated damage, Claire. You need a full day's rest before you can start pumping blood points into that.
That
You gotta-
sucks. Okay.
You gotta focus your chakras into those wounds.
I needed a little pick me up.
Just need a couple of drops, man. Just a couple of drops.
Just
Actually,
Not a-
since I have 3 stars in life, can I help heal that?
Fun
I
fact,
don't know
you
how that
can.
works with vampires.
Let me look it up. I know it's in the quick start guide, and I think the answer is yes. It's
Because
harder.
if I can, I would
but-
definitely do that.
It's harder, but I think you can try. Let's take a look-see.
also gave you my updated character sheet.
Yeah, I'm sending you mine now.
I put my other point in athletics that would give me 4, and I put
Let's
specialization in
see.
acrobatics.
Heal, harm, vampire. Life 3, matter 2. I think you can do that.
I have both of those, yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone here doesn't believe that vampires can heal unusually fast of their injuries. And since the guy is gone, I guess there's no witnesses to this. So, difficulty 7. Every success will give you the chance to put a little back in place.
Okay, and this is, you said, just me using healing.
You have to use quintessence, by the way, because like significant effects like healing tend to fall into that.
Okay, so I'm using my life and arete. So that is a good number of dice, at least. That is 2 successes.
You rolled so many dice though.
Yeah, you should know at a 30% chance of success.
Let's see. En deux. Well, that's 2. Clary can mark off 2 aggravated damage for the day.
so like, I take away injured and hurt, I guess.
Yes. You lose all those dice pool penalties.
Hell yeah! I'm just I just look bruised up now, and dirty.
Well, bruised up is not the worst.
Yeah, we could just say something happened.
You also take 1 point of paradox salad. Don't forget, counterclockwise from the dot. Or you can stuff it into your minion.
You're
That's only 1 paradox point.
man, Zala's literally like a heroic spirit from Fate. It's kind of funny.
This is the person
The
who literally bit a werewolf.
Well, yeah,
Well-
we're going with the mechanics.
Yeah, well, see, yeah, that's just that's the world's that's just natural state of the world. You know, Zala's like
I'm
Reality.
creating reality marbles and mystery.
I love how you just casually say, "Yeah, this is fine." Werewolves.
yeah, that was legit 2 animals biting each other. I mean, that happens every day. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, now you can walk in looking like you only got slightly attacked by a dog instead of utterly mauled.
I wish I had more clothes.
Oh, you want more clothes?
I'm
Well-
getting low on clothes.
Well, like I got slashed up, so I'm like, my dirty clothes are now bloody dirty clothes, and also like, you know.
I just stare at you.
What are you looking at me
Do
for?
you want more clothes?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my magic
You got
to fix
clothes.
Claire's clothes.
All right, give it a go. Give me that air rate.
And matter.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, you're fixing clothes. That's vulgar. All right, go for it.
I mean, surely we have spare clothes.
You could also just maybe ask these nice people to mend them for you.
What difficulty was that?
Probably like 7 or something.
And that would
You
If
managed
it's
to get
7, I got
you
1.
managed to get some of the small bits and tears out of it, so now it looks more like it's intentionally torn.
Yeah, you're a grunge artist now. I went to school in Seattle once.
Cool, because I was probably gonna strip down in the room, wash these off in a river or something.
Starting to think
Speaking of,
everyone with us is an liability, old woman friend.
where
Don't bring me
is
into this.
our room?
I'm saying you're not a liability.
We better get a move on. Get your bags. We won't wait forever.
It's just like, God, okay, Harry Potter kids, get out of here.
Yeah, let's get in.
You take up what bags you need and head on inside. You soon find yourself inside of a lovely country home. It has all the decorations, the somewhat tacky wallpaper, and an abundance of wooden furnishings. The place probably feels a lot more comfortable to little old lady than it is to any of the other of you, especially to Claire, who is just a baby of the wild. And Caitlin is probably far more used to like weird, like, oh, it's so artsy, smartsy furnishings.
I pretend to know
Yeah,
what this is.
I'm checking the phone for internet.
Unfortunately, you do not live in a civilized country, and as a result, you do not in fact have internet in a random farmhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Caitlin is saddened.
Actually, how far would 4G go from it? Nah, it does probably go pretty far. Like kilometers and miles, right?
These days,
Yeah.
4G goes pretty far.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess you have
Yeah,
some.
but it's like a farm. It's like a
You
farmhouse.
can't
We're
stream.
like, yeah.
I mean, you could, but the dropped frames would be terrible.
But you can take some awesome snaps and filter them for your Insta Snap.
Fine. I will
Snaptogram.
pre-record my TikToks.
Don't forget to steal their entire audio library by taking up all those vinyls, cramming them into your phone, and uploading to Napster.
Takes a selfie. I'm
God,
buying your
Napster.
house.
The house is lovely, though, and you can smell freshly baked bread. Except for the vampires, who probably only get like a faint whiff of it. The whole place is quite a delight.
I like it.
The big man comes on over. So, do you need any help with anything, ladies, in terms of your bags or items?
Yeah, can you carry my bags into the room? Because we've been driving all night and I am just tuckered out. I need to sleep.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
Thankfully, you can't have that many bags
Sure.
because, haha, we're in a Jetta. It's not like we have that much space.
You sure you want to skip out on breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day.
I'm good. I'll grab something to eat later.
That
I
ain't no.
can eat. I can eat.
Well, water off my back. We'll pack you some to go. And he takes your bags and he hucks them. Well, he doesn't huck them. He just hefts them onto his shoulder, onto the stairs.
That'd be awesome if you launched them up the stairs.
There's a hole in this roof now.
Southern hospitality.
I told you I'd take your bags upstairs. They're now in orbit.
They're up all the stairs.
Up from the big man himself.
Until they make a space elevator, they'll always be upstairs.
Jesus Christ himself is looking at them like, wow, those got pretty up there.
Anyway, he walks up and he shows you to your room, which is located on the north side, away from the sun, in case you need to be reminded what hemisphere you're on. Wink, wink.
Yay.
It's got 2 beds. It's clearly not meant for 4, but you can probably make do. Especially since only 2 of you really need to sleep, or well, will fall asleep by force if you have to. Actually, I don't know how voluntary it is or how much you can resist. It's probably a willpower roll can make it like stay up another hour. Is a vampire. All right, it is a lovely room. It's got what do they call it again? Doilies. Doilies. There are doilies in this
Yeah.
room.
This is
course
early
it's
enough for Bella
doilies.
now.
Doilies.
It's such a funny
They're
word.
doilies.
It doesn't sound
It
like
is
what
a-
it should is.
It doesn't sound like it should be a word. So it should be a made-up object.
Doily.
Sounds like a doomsday prepper with a bunker.
Commander Doily
A
Doily.
doily rules.
Yeah, Delton Doily. Anyway.
Yeah. Claire, I'm ashamed you forgot that.
I remember.
And,
All right. So
I'll check out like the dining area. If it's in direct sunlight, I'll just go to bed.
unfortunately, the dining area is in fact located on the south side.
Yeah, you always have the dining with a window.
Yeah, man, you want to get that
Man.
early morning sun.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat food.
Mhm.
Oh no! I tries to think of something
My
incredibly.
IBS is going critical.
We can easily say it for you. Our friend here got sick. So
Well, I'm bruised up. I got hit by like I don't know.
6 trucks and a caravan.
Yeah, yeah. It was.
it's called a trailer.
Yep, that happened.
No, the truck was carrying a caravan for no discernible reason.
No, we call them trailers over here.
She's
We
trying to
don't
think of
call
like
them
a.
caravans.
She's trying to think of like a very human thing to say.
I fell into a wood chipper.
I got taxes.
I got attacked by the tax man.
Yeah,
What do I get for not paying my taxes for the last 7 years?
Well,
What are those?
Hey,
Caitlin,
you probably pay a lot of those.
I personally love the idea of Caitlin doesn't even notice that the government is taking millions out of her pocket, like out of fines and everything.
It doesn't affect her at all. She doesn't even notice. Doesn't give a
Yeah,
crap.
it just happens.
It's almost like the U.S. legal system needs to update a little bit to the good old fashioned inflation of bigger companies. But hey, what do I know?
Then
I mean,
again,
actually, I got pretty decent wits.
we just gotta say it. She's rich. She doesn't pay taxes, like Bella said.
All
At
of her,
most, she pays like $1,000.
all of her money is in a bunch of cars and paintings that she leverages for loans. That's how rich people do it.
Yep.
Anyway, as the day turns on, which is to say that 2 people have decided to set up in the lovely little room. Well, at least you're going to be in a lovely state of torpor on the beds. They're very nice beds.
So just look like you're passed the fuck out, which
Mean-
admittedly you are.
Meanwhile, old lady and not so old lady get to enjoy a lovely breakfast with these lovely people. It is about
Ma'am.
This is so much better than the Waffle House.
there's freshly baked bread, there's scrambled eggs, and a comfortable sunny side up if you like that. A variety of meats and cheeses. It is a hearty meal for hearty people. Well, my name's Elaine, and this is my lovely wife, Laura. And now I know everyone likes to make a joke about that, but well, you're in the Gibson house. Just think it's a God way of saying how it all comes together.
Well, it's lovely.
Well, my name's Stacy.
And I'm Prudence.
Oh, that's just lovely. So you're a family, are you? Going to a
Oh, yeah,
reunion or just on a trip?
Actually, we've got some family business we're taking care of up in the city.
Oh,
It's been a long time since we've all gotten together. It's kind of a big to do.
Ooh, wouldn't want to go to New York. Such a big old town with so many people.
I know. I spent the last couple of years in Portland, Oregon, and even then, I'm nervous about going to such a big place.
Oh, I mean, like every time I go to New York, every single time, there's like scaffolding all over the place. Like half the stalls are empty. Place is like a ghost town.
Well, I mean, it's been a long. When was the last time you were there, Grandma?
No, it's probably would have been a good 25 years now. It's probably a very different place than when last I went.
Back when people danced in the streets and called it the Big Apple.
You still do that last part.
You know, they did the dance where they shook their legs and they waved their finger around.
The Charlton?
To be fair, that's the best part of being old is you get to pretend that history is just like that.
It's also black and white. We hadn't invented color yet.
Back in the day, it took me 2 hours to walk 20 miles up the hill to the school, but it took me 1 hour on the train to Australia, right through the Atlantic.
I was there when the first turned the train on. Big old switch.
They do seem to be
Shave got eaten by that giant squid.
they do seem to be a lovely white couple, and so far, unlike most rural white couples who obviously have a cross hanging over their dining room table, they have not in fact said anything about the old lady who is not, you know. So hey, they're probably cannibals.
Probably.
What?
Wait, what about you would be weird to them?
I'm American Indian.
Yeah, most people.
Oh,
They would probably have commented on it by now.
well, actually, in New York, that's not terribly uncommon. It depends on the regional area.
Yeah, that's why the Nazi was after them.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, we were in
Anyway,
in the bad part of New
you
York.
have a lovely dinner to
Most-
engage yourself with while the two of them want to have a little bit of a conversation about it. Well, so how long has it been? Like how far have you been driving? Out here, time goes a little different, you know. You wake up every morning so early, you see everyone get out of bed, and you don't go to bed until everyone's already sleeping.
Well,
Oh well, we've been on the road a few days now. Overall, honestly, uh, came through Jersey. What 2 days back?
something like that.
What do y'all do for a living? Lara asks. She's about what you'd expect from a lady of this kind. A little cross hang from her neck, and she's got a lovely, modest dress to go with it. Her hair tied up into a
Oh,
little bun.
I used to run a small general store, but I'm retired these days. It's a bit too much work for the old bones.
I'm actually I'm a musician.
Ooh. Think you could play us one of those rackety tunes right here?
Oh, I mean, give me a minute. I could go out to the car. I've got my guitar out there. I didn't take it out, of course. You know, and it's
Anyway,
kind of heavy.
well,
Get out your spoons, boy.
well, one thing I would like to point out before we go anywhere, you're free to take a look around. You know, have a look at our lovely farm, see how your food is grown and everything. Now you'll be surprised how many people come here and wonder what the hell all that stuff outside is, and then they ask, "Doesn't corn just come out of a can?"
My favorite brand is Beijing corn. So
Baffles me what they teach children these days. Well, there is the one thing. Please don't go into the barn. We've trapped a wild animal in there for a while, and you'd probably get hurt if you opened one of the doors to it.
I mean, if it's injured, one of our sleeping friends up there is actually a veterinarian.
Oh my god.
Well,
And nobody knows more about animals than they do.
what the hell
Especially dogs, actually.
the fuck is a clothes beam?
It's in Dragon Ball Z. There's a moment where Gohan needs an outfit, so Piccolo shoots a laser at him and makes clothing on him.
He does it
Yeah,
again
it's-
in the movie.
Yeah, he
He does it a couple of
times.
times actually. He does it when they go to fight Cell too.
It's just a real power he just sort of has. He can just shoot clothes onto you.
And it's only ever used for the same clothing he wears.
What?
It's kind of
No,
cool actually.
That's how he gets
He made
dressed. in the
the
game.
He made an outfit similar to Goku's gi on Gohan, but with Piccolo's symbol on it.
Would it be worth the light on fire to eat some country people breakfast?
Maybe. We'll tell you all about it.
I mean, they're planning to pack something for you when you leave, so they'll probably make something
I'm gonna
fresh.
eat it.
Well, as you have a lovely sit around, how long do you intend to engage before you go and get your sleep? Because you have been awake all night, regardless of your vampiric status.
I mean, I'm being this polite. I'll spend like an hour or so chatting them up.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Can't be rude to your hosts.
Um,
Unless you're Claire, because Claire doesn't know what polite conversation literally is.
can you give me?
Hey, with the werewolves, I have lots of polite conversation.
Can you give me charisma,
Mostly
empathy,
butt
or
sniffing.
charisma, expression, or empathy? Difficulty 6. As you just see how much of a strong positive impression you leave with these people.
Sure, one moment.
Okay.
Of course, the
Said
old
something I
lady.
had to respond to real quick.
Of course, the old lady does a great job with 2 successes.
Let's have a look. So charisma, I've got 4. They said expression or what?
Expression or
Oh,
empathy?
it's the same for me either way.
Wink. Well, I mean, you are a performer. So. That's 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Same successes. You have a joyous evening. All kinds of chit and chat comes up, and they seem to be quite the lovely couple. They even have a puppo, who eventually shows up to come and sniff hands alike.
There's nothing wrong with this. This is now the best friend.
You'll learn the dog's name is Sprocket. You also learn
Sprocket is now the best friend.
over the course of the ambient conversation that they also have a grandmother. Or, well, a mother. Her name is Nana, and she sits in the sunroom most of the time. She appears to be catatonic.
Every time.
I was just gonna see if I could, like, subtly magic my way to see if what's up with her.
That sounds like a spirit thing, which you don't have.
Dang, I thought I could use life for that, maybe.
You could probably use life to detect like direct physical ailments, though. So go ahead. This difficulty is probably pretty low. It's like 5, because it's coincidental magic. No one can actually tell you're doing it.
You like
Okay.
wiggle your fingers a little.
You're just like
Well, I
politely
mean-
putting your hand on her hand, like, "Hello, Nana, I'm X and X," and then you do your little trick. Claire, what the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Okay, 1.5, 2, 3.5, 4.5.
You can't
I like
detect
to
any...
roll a gift for Emily.
God
Thank
damn.
you.
Crawling
ahead.
over the same deer carcass. On a fucking cabbage. Gosh.
Okay, so what?
I love how dogs become infinitely more threatening once you see the whites of their teeth surrounded by the black of their lips. Anyway,
It's probably intentionally
there is nothing.
part of evolution.
There's nothing physically wrong with her.
Hmm.
Like there's nothing broken in her brain. Her spinal cord's intact. All the obvious things are there. So whatever it is some sort of might be psychosomatic or the like.
Oh, so she's just literally catatonic.
She had a really bad day and it stuck with her. Is the best bet you can give. They don't know what happened to her. She just went on a big adventure and came home and sat down and just never got up.
Oh.
Well, it's about 10 a.m. You should probably be getting to bed because you're starting to feel it in your bones. All right.
Probably about time we hit the hay.
When you hit the room, where have the 2 vampires parked themselves as they fall into their arms-crossed Lazarus pose slumber? It's called the Lazarus pose because apparently some dead people will try to move their arms into that position.
Probably because the muscles contract.
Yeah.
I'm on a bed furthest from the window. If
Looking fantastic for some reason.
well, yeah, I'm practically glowing. But just slumbering daintily like a
Shiny
friggin-
Pokemon sparkles come from her as you enter the room.
Oh no, she's got square sparkles, the rarest kind.
God damn.
They haven't rendered properly.
Where are you, Claire? Have you decided to hide yourself in like the little built-in closet?
Yeah, I'm under the bed.
I figured.
She's in a. Amy's in a very bad mood. Clearly.
Anyway, given that this is one of those fun rural houses, there's probably like a chair in the corner somewhere, like one of those big puffy stuffed chairs you can sit on. You'll have to figure out your seating situation.
I wonder if humans sleep.
What?
How would you not know that?
You were a
I'm
human.
yeah, I'm joking. Like that. Imagine like you're just like so far gone. You're just like, yeah. I wonder if they'll sleep or dream even. It's wild to think about.
So what are you gonna do in terms of who's gonna sit? Because unless you want to squeeze into one bed together.
God, you're gonna have to spoon with the rich one.
No, you're under the bed.
Well,
Yeah, you're down there.
One of you's got to spoon with the rich
Yeah,
one.
it's just me and Zai that need to figure out where we're going.
There's one bed and one chair, and a whole closet full of nothing, presumably, since no one's here.
You can take the bed if you want. I'll sleep on the chair.
Please, as if I can have the old woman sleep on the chair.
It's nice to sleep
You
after
get the
such
chair.
such a ruckus rich night. As you slowly begin to fall asleep, right as you kind of flutter your eyes, a voice beckons to you. I sense. When you open your eyes to this voice, you see quite a strange thing appear in front of you. The spectral form of a man dressed in period attire floats up from the ground. I sense someone with more than just the human flesh.
Oh god.
Wait, does it wake me up, or am I kind of catatonic because of the sleep?
I don't
You two
know.
don't get a wake up
I
usually.
don't know how vampire sleep works.
It's super, it is super like it's mostly nerds and stuff, but the way it works is if they're in like their kind of dead sleep, the only thing that's gonna like usually wake them up is if they're actively being attacked. And honestly, even in torpor, it ain't gonna do much.
Yeah, they're like
You need
dead.
It is
dead.
a deeper state of stasis compared to sleep vampires normally experience during daylight hours if it's torpor. Well, torpor is usually longer, so
yeah, that's why it's really what the word is. It's at your behest, basically, Zavi, because it's the rules are so stretched. Because you also need special skills and points and things to be able to move through torpor or attack even.
Golly.
but yeah, apparently it's very hard to wake them up.
A spirit has risen from the floor. He looks very, well, let's say, dated, old-fashioned. And he has addressed you.
Hold on, let me get my glasses.
I'm gonna glance to the side, mutter something under my breath in my avatar. So that's not you? Okay, great.
All right, cool. All right.
How impolite of me to intrude, but I am Ebenezer Gibson, and I settled on these lands years ago. Now,
Well,
who may I be speaking to that shines so brightly in the night?
Is it me or or her?
yeah, like who specifically
Both
is
of
he
you.
addressing?
Well, he's kind of addressing the both of you.
Yeah, it's kind of generally towards the room.
He seems completely oblivious to the two vampires, though.
I mean, they're dead.
One's
Uh,
under a bed.
Stacy, I just pause for a minute. Gibbons?
Gibson.
No, my name's Gibbons.
What is this ferret that Claire just posted? God damn,
That's us.
why are they like this? I can't take this. I can't take little ferrets being little dummies. All right. Name is Gibbons. And the lovely lady off to the side on the bed.
Oh, you can just call me Grandma. Don't worry about it.
Grandma.
I'm just a traveler.
Well, I said openness is not a trait that you share, but I sense within you something great, and this place has need of something great.
What's wrong?
A more curious mind might have looked around and learned the truth, but you were kind enough not to break the cordons of hospitality. This family has suffered a tragic loss, but that loss lingers still, in a violent form. He points outside towards the barn that is also located on the north side.
Thought something was probably going on there.
Yeah, it was pretty clear there was something messed up going on.
Yeah,
in the
they were.
barn.
Yeah, it was totally weird.
don't just
Honestly,
tell
it's like every
someone
other
don't go-
movie.
You don't tell someone don't go in the barn unless there's some fucked up shit in the barn.
But yeah, why would they think you're going in the barn in the first place unless there's something fucked up in there?
God dang, Grandma. Tell them how it is.
It's not my first barn situation.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, this isn't my first spooky barn situation.
Listen, I once,
Is that the first body in the barn?
listen, I
like
once
the
tried
12th
to
one.
smoke some meat in my closet, so I had to keep telling people not to go into my closet. They kept getting faces full of smoke and ruining my meat.
Yeah. I think they kept thinking there were skeletons in there, but there weren't anymore.
That's why I'm smoking them.
Anymore.
I had to move them to fit the meat in there.
You know, they're sitting at the dining table.
Playing poker.
Jerry just can't win. Oh,
You can see right through him.
okay, that's the win. All right. As I mentioned, I get the feeling that a lot of you are not exactly normal people.
I think this ghost is a snitch.
Dude, you're dead sleeping. Shut up.
Okay.
You're a ferret right now. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Some people don't like that about me, but you know.
Would you perhaps be interested in taking a personal risk on a man's favor?
Well, I mean, I guess. What's the risk?
What's in that barn is some kind of spirit, confused and angry. Came out of one of the progeny of the family, though it ain't exactly human no more.
And you would like us to bring it to rest?
Whatever
Blow
it
up the
takes,
barn?
whatever it takes to get that thing to calm down. It's a hazard.
We'll admit
Take-
it's not exactly a strong point.
This, however, is nothing that can be solved in the world of the living. I have to draw you into the world of the spirits.
We lost someone.
What? Oh no.
Baby Claire.
Good
No,
job,
it was
Claire.
Dizzy.
What?
Job,
No,
Dizzy.
There's Dizzy.
Dizzy's back.
Well, that was weird.
I just kind of died again.
Grandma closed her eyes and disappeared for a moment.
I'll sleep for a minute. My internet connection.
So,
cracked out
you-
for a second.
Yes. The idea.
So we need to go in and
Yeah.
be dead?
No, you don't have to die for this. You just need to sleep, so the conscious mind can be pulled free. I haven't done this too often, but I'm sure I can make it work. Do you have any experience
could-
ghost hunting?
Not really.
Not for a very long time.
Never really done much with ghosts. I mean, I could send my dragon.
I don't know if dragons are particularly good against ghosts.
I don't know. I take off my scarf, throw it up, and it turns into a dragon. I could send him over.
Does he
Can
have
see what's
like
up.
a ghost busting red beam?
He's a
thing?
ghost dragon. He's a spirit. Come on.
All right.
Ow.
You take some time. Send your spirit out towards the barn, that is.
Yep. You have him go do some checking.
He kind of bounces off of the barn. Boink.
That's new. He made that noise. He did the beat up when you're playing Shenmue 3 noise.
Do we have
Okay,
to be
yeah, so I
playing
guess you might have to
Shenmue
go to the
3?
world of the dead then, Granny.
Great.
Actually, as I go and sit on the edge of the bed, I was meaning to ask you, Prudence. So they ask us, like, what's our last name? What is our last name? Which last name are we using here?
Oh, you are family.
Because I'm not married, but they'd figure that one out.
I figured it was like a cousins and nieces and nephews kind of situation.
And said you're my grandma, so
Oh yeah.
Pretty effed up family, dude.
I suppose we'll just go with whoever says something first.
I guess that'll work. Anyways, bedtime.
Mind if I ask exactly why you brought two corpses with you, though?
Oh, they're only kind of dead.
Yeah, they get better.
Yeah, they'll get up in like 5 hours.
Just deep sleepers.
Actually, like I think it's like 2.5 hours sometimes.
Well, you have to wait for the sun to go down, Claire.
Are you sure about that? He kind of like waves his hand around it.
I mean, they're more alive than you are, sir.
Wow. Not even playing around today, Grandma.
Listen, you're talking to an old lady.
Also, the spirit of an old white guy that colonized the part of the country. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to be rude.
Oh
Okay.
god!
You You kicked out my great uncle Bob. She
Oh.
Well, I
waves-
mean, there were the Native American wars up this way.
She waves her cane right through him, trying to hit him on the. Have the
God, it
common
didn't take
decency
spirit
let
or
me
we
hit
just
you.
kill him.
Become a corporeal so I can
But
pull you on the
yeah,
head.
don't worry about them. They get up and bite people later.
Anyway, time to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Falling asleep feels a bit differently this time. Feels disconnected. If you had a wolf on your side, this whole situation could be explained quite logically. But unfortunately, none of you happen to have that benefit. Gosh, be nice to have a wolf on this team, wouldn't it?
Like
So
a
kinda like a
werewolf or
wolf.
just a wolf?
Soon enough, you wake up. You do not feel tired. In fact, you don't feel much at all. Your body feels light and ethereal, but you still feel in touch with the physical environment around you. Your avatar has never been this clear and concrete, and you're
Yeah, I
familiar
was
with how
about
it's
to say
arranged.
I'm gonna react to this giant like vortex of color and light next to me. Just like, holy shit, you're bright.
Outside is an immense sort of maelstrom overhead, flowing towards an unseen point. The whole place has this shimmering sheen as if everything's made of dust and spider webs slowly falling apart. Well, may damn it. May I be the first to officially welcome you to the realm of the spirits. It ain't much, but it's where I gotta do my business. Now that you're here, you can definitely hear a big ruckus coming out of the barn.
Oh.
In addition,
Wow.
an interesting detail about your friends is that they don't look quite right. The two vampires that are sleeping here kind of look like they're surrounded by these globs that are clinging to them.
My globs look immaculate for some reason. It's
Exactly.
unexplainable.
Hey, Prudence, you ever think that maybe vampires are like evil?
Sometimes.
I mean, they're just
Just occurred
ghosts.
to me.
They're just ghosts with bodies that have to take a little nibble every once in a while.
I mean, hey, I'm pretty not evil.
You did eat a Nazi. That's actually kind of not evil.
Yeah, I think that cancels out some things.
Cancels out.
You get a few brownie points for that.
God's like, damn, I have to give you that one.
Well, how about we get to business then? Don't be too afraid of anything you happen to see floating on by. Most of the spirits around her ain't exactly too harmful. Ebenezer starts to float towards the door with the intent of showing you to the barn.
Oh, I thought we could just like go through windows, and disappear and fly.
No, that doesn't seem to work quite the way you expect it to.
Guess we're not more unique than the other guys.
Actually, I'm gonna be a nerd here. Masquerade ghost stuff is like super anal.
Super
I
what?
never died, so this is kind of boring.
Vampire the Masquerade's like ghost stuff, like ghost stuff in general, is like super anal and like straight edge,
God damn it.
like strict is what I mean.
Nobody told me they would be super anal.
Okay, I haven't seen that since 1976.
A bit out of practice. But yeah, we follow Ebenezer.
It's really weird to walk outside and see everything kind of sway, but there's no wind to perceive. The world is more a snapshot of itself. The closer you get to the barn, the more the sounds become unnerving as their clarity improves. Whatever is in there sounds sort of like a person twisted into a large, hulking animal. Getting up close to the doors gives one final warning. You best be careful in there. As you walked around, though, as you've kind of experienced this plane, you can tell that this is not a place that is. Basically, your willpower replaces a lot of your physical traits. It's about the brains, baby. Also, basically, your powers are a bit more souped up because it's a flexible world. You know,
In magic more?
in a sense. Anything you do here doesn't really do anything, but it does something. Let's put it like that. It's very. Listen, you're a ghost. You're a temporary ghost. You're a ghost intern. It'll make sense at some point in your life when you're dead, probably.
Yeah.
He kind of leaves you to it, clearly nervous of what lies beyond that door. Right now, it's still banging into the wall.
Oh,
Bang, bang,
this
bang, bang.
doesn't sound particularly safe.
Do you have a plan?
I've-
Do you?
You've probably dealt with more ghosts than I have.
Talk about being a ghost.
I get to look to the side at the giant, like, phantasmagoric explosion of color beside me. You got any ideas?
No,
I'm not talking to you.
just
Man, I sure hope your spirit guardian has like the voice of like I don't know.
God damn it.
Mike Tyson,
Claire,
yeah, I
don't say
know.
it.
Yeah,
Claire,
Mike
don't
Tyson.
say it.
Nope, it doesn't have any either. Uh, his name's Darren. He's kind of a jerk.
well,
So,
guess float on up to the barn door and like
Actually, are there any like nodes or junctures of quintessence around?
you can probably see them, yes, but they're not close by. Place is kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Dang, because I could pull those.
then like just kind of put my ear up to the door and see what I can intuit from what's going on inside.
Take a deep breath. Although it doesn't really do anything. It's really weird to breathe without feeling air flow through your mouth. I imagine it's probably what it's like in space after your lungs have been sucked dry of their air. I'm still sad that explosive decompression doesn't work like that. Why are human bodies so sturdy? And
So
it's
we don't
wild, isn't
die?
it?
give me perception plus half of your willpower. Or how... No, wait. Perception plus awareness. That's the right one. Whoops. As you sense
Sorry, stop
beyond the
that.
door.
Okay, so
Stop that.
perception and awareness and half my willpower?
Yeah.
Rounded up or down?
Let's go down.
Okay. So,
Calm down.
Shark
He's
bait.
a baby.
Jesus, what a roll.
Once okay, perfect.
I'm only rolling in pairs.
That is a lot of successes.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
5 successes.
4 pairs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, cool.
It'd be great if we were playing Yahtzee.
Beyond this door, you sense confusion, aggression, anger, distrust. But you also sense something else. Something that doesn't feel like emotions.
Well, we should. I guess we need to go in. So
I'm seeing what I might be able to do with magic that could help out, because sadly I don't have spirit or mind.
Alright, so what do you do, Zala?
Well, I'm looking at my magic for like prime to see if that can help at all.
Prime is more, I think that's more like, let's see. It's more like quintessence stuff, and like supportive. Drain nodes, drain quintessence, destroy by draining quintessence. Just put your lips on them and keep sucking.
Yeah, you can slurp that.
Body of light.
Life ain't gonna move forward until you open that door, buckos. Or you can leave.
Well, let's open that door real quick.
You push against the large barn doors.
excuse
When
our
the-
intrusion.
There seems to be this thick membrane that you press into as you put your weight into it. You can press through just fine, but there is this impedance that you feel. Once it's open, on the other side you see quite something unnerving. It is vaguely shaped like a humanoid child, blended together with animalistic features. Its facial expressions contort and twist, and the mixture of body parts is anything but pleasant to look at. When it sees the door opens, it immediately charges towards you. As you flinch reflexively, it bounces off the permeable barrier.
Really is trapped in here, huh?
But if it's trapped here, then what's holding it?
You don't see anything on the outside that would allow it to trap it. Just a barn.
So are
Probably
those
some
old
kind
people
of-
that good at magic?
I mean, probably more some kind of conceptual barrier, less than a like actual magic one. The idea of leaving the barn is a problem.
If humanity is low, we sleep harder.
So just try to like attack us. So
I might have just
I
attempted
think-
to charge out of the door.
I think, at the very least, some part of this is tied to the mind of a child.
Let's
looking
try to
at its
talk to it.
appearance. So yeah, approach with kindness. Treat it as you would a scared child. Probably been trapped in here for a while. So yeah, I'd like to very slowly and carefully approach, like making it very clear that I'm not any kind of threat. Hello, dear. I'm here to help.
fucking kills you.
Gosh. Gosh. Why was it? God damn it. Okay. Okay. You try and make yourself not a target.
Yeah.
Okay, give me mercy plus wits, because you have a thing that technically does that. So that's a good way to start. You try and make yourself unappealing as a target at the very least.
Mercy and wits. Okay.
Okay, that's good enough. You try to communicate with it, but when it speaks, it's more like it doesn't fully understand how English is intended to work. It also doesn't attack you quite yet. It sort of stays at a short distance from you. You start to get the sense that something is off about this, however.
Hmm. Is there anything that I can perceive, I guess, around that might be affecting the situation more than just the state of the spirit itself?
Give me some wits awareness. I think your something's up applies.
Yeah, okay.
You can also go for alertness if you just want to actually like physically look around.
I mean, it's the same either way, so.
Honk honk. That's what I say.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Taking a look around, you pick up on two things in this room that stand out to your senses. First and foremost, there is this glowing object that has been mounted over the barn door, and the barn door on the other side. From it, the barrier radiates, and creates a sort of shell on the inside of the building. Moreover, the creature in front of you is contorted. This is not its natural state. And more importantly, there is someone else in here somewhere.
Can I use my etheric senses to try and pick up on where quintessence nodes or uses might be? Because I could pick up on mages and specific magecraft.
You can. You can smell things, perception and powers. Let's see. Sense energies. Well, I guess primal would work. Let me just...
Well, yeah, with Prime, I have specifically etheric senses. I can perceive quintessence, and I'm alerted to people using magic and its locations.
Conceal avatar. Put him in a bag. Prophecy in hindsight. Oh, that's a great way to call it. Why is it mind and time 2, or also just time 2? Ooh, aggravated damage. Okay, sure. You can give me a pretty easy check. You're